In this video tutorial, we are going to conclude our font design project by demonstrating how to submit the actual project for full credit. From the last video, we should have received a .otf file of our font design downloaded from glypherstudio.com after you finished your project. If you haven't already, you can double click your font and it'll open up the font book app where you can click a blue button down here that should say something along the lines of install font. This font is already installed, so I don't need to click it. Then proceed to open up Adobe Photoshop. In Photoshop, we're going to click New File, and we're going to be measuring our new file in inches with a width of 13 and a height of 19 inches. Resolution should be 300. Our color mode should be in CMYK, and let's click Create. Zoom in to one of the corners and make sure you click Command R to turn the rulers on and off. Let's have our rulers on. Click and drag using the Move tool or the shortcut V. Click and drag from a ruler to pull down a guideline, and let's take that to 1 inch. We're going to do this for all 4 corners of our document. We've now created our margins. Next, let's use the type tool. Let's type in font name and then the name of your font. This font that we're going to be using is called Nightmare 2.1. So let's look for our font name. It is in alphabetical order, so that should help you find it. Oops. I'm going to type it instead. That's a little faster. When you click your text, Command A highlights everything so you can be sure. Well, you can actually play with the colors if you want. I'm not going to restrict you to black. And you can make sure that this is left aligned over here. So in the top left margin, we're going to have our font name. And in the bottom right margin with the right alignment, you can put font designer, your name, underneath that graphic design, CCHS, and then the date as well. The last bit that I want you to put inside of your Photoshop document is going to be this sentence over here. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. It's a famous English panagram, which is a sentence that uses every letter of the alphabet at least once in the shortest amount of characters as possible. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. That is center aligned with a point size of 100. Click Window, Character, and these other options are going to appear. Let's highlight over here. You can see that we can adjust our leading. We can adjust our tracking, and you can also adjust the kerning of 2 different letters. Use these adjustments as you feel you need to. So I'm going to label this font final submission and save this as a Photoshop file, just in case you need to come back and work on it. But what I'm looking for you guys is a JPEG. Your name font submission with a maximum of 12 quality. These are the 3 files that we have. This is your Photoshop file, the .psd. You have your edit as a .jpeg, and then you have your actual font as a .otf file. So in this folder, I'm going to put what you actually need to submit to me. I want the .otf file, and I want the JPEG edit. The .psd file is for you in case you need to go back and make any changes to this. This is what I need from you. The .otf file and the .jpeg showing me all of your characters and numbers and symbols being used. These are the 2 things you need to submit for your final font project.